submarine bragged about it, right? We sucked the ship, and boy, we just put her down in there. We sucked the ship, you know. So then they found out they killed all the American prisoners of war. It wasn't us, it was that other submarine did that. They changed the story, you know. But here's the ones on that Aerosonde that died. They're friends of mine, my company, out of D Company. The one I just read you, D Company.
Yep.
All these guys I served with. Old Roten and old Anderson and Ball and Hooper and Albert Jackson. He was in Alabama. He was our company cook. And William St. Clair Metcalf. He was our staff sergeant. He looked like Pat O'Brien. I got his pictures. He sits right in the middle. William St. Clair Metcalf. He made me walk. He made my corporal jog me around the goddamn parade ground about 15 times because we was taking. See, the Army has a nomenclature for everything. There's an Army name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were learning about the hand grenade.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Hey, Johnson, what do we call this?" I said, "A pineapple." Because that's what we called them, pineapples.
Right.
He said, "Corporal Johnson, run Private Johnson around for a while to see what he found." And my corporal had to follow me around and run in behind me, you see, and he's pissed. He's cussing me every step of the way. I wasn't perfect, but
Yeah.
But anyway, and his second lieutenant Warriors, Harold Smith, Harry Olson. Harry Olson was a private. When we got to prison camps, the Japanese say, "What's your rank?" I said, "I'm Private Jones. I'm Corporal Johnson, or whatever you say." Well, Harry Olson says, "I'm first sergeant." Told the Japanese first sergeant. So the Japs had him listed under first sergeant. Well, all of us in the same camp. "You lying son of a bitch, you weren't our first sergeant, you was a goddamn private." You know, and he go like that. So I got in, I said, "Harry Olson, D Company, known as the Nicholsfield Detail as First Sergeant Olson."
Known as.
Known as. And there's Square Deal Shuley, he went down too. And this is my good friend Henry Norris. This is what Henry Norris Cathy from Paragould, Arkansas. I told you I went up to Paragould.
Right.
And his mother come to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw on the mantel over the fireplace behind her was his picture.
Mm-hmm.
I come to ask, see how he was, and he'd gone down on the ship, and I didn't know it. I felt like she was she's the first person that I was that ever.
Right.
So now I'm such a grieving mother, and I'm trying to be, you know, you feel about this big because you don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a good guy. He had drank some. We had an old engine. The Japanese had an engine on, and it run on wood alcohol or something. We had for a while, and a lot of the guys drank that. He went blind in one eye from drinking that goddamn alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, but a lot of things about my life people don't know about. And this here is Nunzio Casimiri from Poughkeepsie, New York. He was quite a guy. He was a Dago. We used to talk about pizza and stuff like that because I'd never eaten pizza. I didn't know what pizza was.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, Snaky Garrett, we nicknamed him Snaky Garrett. He could put a cigarette in his mouth and take his tongue and flip it backwards, and the fire end would be in his mouth. You know, like that. He'd go back out and smoke again.
Without burning the inside of his
Yeah,
mouth.
I see guys do that. I never could do
Yeah, that's Snaky Garrett. See, all these things I wrote down. I remembered. I wrote them down so I would. And here's my regiment, right here. Every one of these guys are dead in my regiment. By company, every this whole thing is full of the filth. You know what? I got it all put together in here.
So you're the last survivor of.
Yeah.
Of
There's only probably of all the POWs from the Botanic Corridors, only about 6 of us left.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sing songs, you know, make up words. We always, when you sing a song, you always make up words to suit the song. And when I was over there, Betty Grable and Donna Michi and all those guys, Harry James Orchestra was famous.
Mm-hmm.
And Betty Grable started in a movie called Down Argentine Way. Oh, life will begin the moment you're in Argentina. That was the #1 song on the hit parade. So I made up words for it. I was good at that. And here's what the words are. Oh yes, your ass will suck wind the moment you're in the Philippine Islands. You'll drink too much gin and fight your best friend in the Philippine Islands. I wrote that on. You didn't know Yoko Joe.
No,
You didn't know Yoko Joe had it, did you?
no, I didn't.
I did. Some of these are great.
Yeah.
They're really, truly great. I love that stuff.
But anyway, on this one that I got in the living room, the one that the Voices Take Flight one, that Pat Tillman I got, this is what they said about dear Mr. Johnson. On behalf of U.S. Senators John McCain and John Kyle, members of Arizona Congressional Delegation, and Voices Take Flight, will you please accept the 2007 Shal Donnelly Award for Service Before Self? This national award is to be presented at awards dinner on March the 9th, 2007. You were selected because you were an Army veteran and because of your selfish devotion to duty and tireless work in bringing to the public forefront the plight of all POWs and MIA servicemen and women. Following the dinner, the Voices Take Flight concert on Saturday, March the 10th. Voices Take Flight covers the cost of air transportation, ground transportation, meals, and lodging for you and your guests during the stay. Enclosed is a 5-minute DVD about the Voices Take Flight and its mission. The United States Military Academy West Point Cadet Glee Club will be the guest choir performing along with national recognized Phoenix Police Honor Guards. Miss America was there too, by the way. Of the Shal Donnelly Award received for service before self have been Herbert D. Kelleher, founder and chairman of Southwest Airlines, for his work with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Dr. Irving Friedkin, founder of Dollars for Scholars, the largest scholarship organization in the United States, having raised $1 billion for 1 million students. And Rick Romney, former attorney of the fourth largest county in the United States, a Marine Corps veteran, for his work with disabled veterans. Anyway, in order to facilitate an announcement and all this crap, anyway, that was what they sent me. It was quite a deal. There's 6,000 people there.
Yeah.
They had the West Point, Miss America, all that shit. There's my dad. There's my real father, Joseph Whitman Johnson Sr.